Welcome. My name is Selena Lael. I am a yoga and meditation instructor, transformational coach, and an awakened life teacher. And this practice will be a combination of some gentle upper body chair yoga, and then we'll move into just a relaxing meditation practice to help us feel more grounded, more balanced. If you've been working, or maybe it's morning where you are and you're just getting up, it's a nice practice to create some self-awareness and feel a little more centered inside. So to begin our yoga practice, let's sit a little forward on the chair. If you're on a chair, ideally, because we're practicing chair yoga, yes. Sit forward on your chair a little bit so that your spine is away from the back of the support. Sit tall and feel your feet on the ground. Begin to deepen the breath. So as you inhale, feel the belly expand and the ribs, the chest. And then as you exhale, feel the chest relax, the ribs relax, and the belly soften. Inhale, the belly expands, ribs, chest, this three-part breath. Exhale, the chest softens, the ribs soften, the belly softens. A few more breaths like this, really aware of how deeply and fully we're breathing, nourishing the lungs. One more full breath like this. Very good. Sit tall, feel as if there is a string in the top of your head, lengthening the spine up. At the same time, relax the chin down a little bit so the back of the neck is long. And then let's begin to take some circles with the head. Match the movement with the breath. So inhale slowly and deeply as you roll one direction. And exhale slowly and completely as you finish the rotation. The shoulders are relaxed, and so is the jaw. Allow there to be a space between the teeth of the lips to release some of that unconscious tension through the jaw and the throat. And then change directions. Full deep breathing. And then let's come back to neutral. Take your left hand and place it behind your neck at the base of the neck. Take your opposite hand and bring it over to that elbow. Begin to draw the elbow maybe behind the head. We all have different bodies, so if your body isn't doing what mine is, that's okay. You can take this position from wherever you can reach it. Maybe you just have the elbow lifted up. If you have a hold of the elbow, you can gently draw it again towards the head and then gently press the head, the back of the head, into the forearm if it's behind the head. Again, relax the shoulders and breathe deeply. Notice where the body is holding tension that's unnecessary, unconscious as you move into this pose. And then can you soften these areas? Maybe it's in the face. You realize you're holding some unnecessary tension, or the belly or the groin. And then slowly release. Allow the hands to relax, palms face up to the sky on the legs. And just breathe and be still for a moment. Notice what's happening inside. Maybe you feel some tingling, some warmth or coolness. Great, and then second side. This time the right hand touches at the base of the neck on the spine. The left hand reaches over. Maybe it begins to draw the elbow behind the head. And again, this is not about doing what I'm doing necessarily. It's about your relationship to your own body. So you don't need to be doing exactly what I'm doing, just something that feels good for you. If the arm is behind the head, you can gently press the head back into the arm. And then notice if your belly or your bottom ribs are really jutting forward, gently draw them back in so that the spine comes into alignment from the tailbone all the way to the top of the head, stacking. Breathe deeply. Again, notice any areas of unconscious holding or gripping. And with your breath, feel the body begin to soften. And then slowly release. Again, relax the hands and the thighs, sit tall, and just be still for a moment. Maybe even close the eyes and notice the different sensations inside. Great. Slowly open the eyes if they're closed. This time, let's bring the left arm across the body. If it's available to you, you can have the arm straight. Bring the right arm underneath so the forearms are maybe touching. You begin to draw that left arm toward you, relax the shoulders. This is really nice for the outer arm, maybe even into the upper back, shoulder blade area a little bit, depending on where we hold tension. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, relax into the posture. Another deep breath. Great, one more breath like this. And then slowly release. Roll the shoulders up and back a couple of times. And we'll change sides. This time, right arm comes across the body. Left forearm comes underneath. Maybe the forearms are touching as you gently pull that arm towards your torso. Relax the shoulders, the jaw, the face. And then again, find that 3-part breath. So as you inhale, the belly expands, then the ribs, then the chest. And as you exhale, the chest, ribs, and belly soften. One more breath here. And slowly release. Roll the shoulders up and back again. Very good. I'll turn to the side here. You're going to bend the elbows and then reach the forearms behind your back. Maybe you even reach behind you so that your hands can take opposite elbows. Take whatever part of your arm you're able to reach comfortably. And then again, notice, are your bottom ribs sticking out? Are they moving forward? And if so, gently draw the navel toward the spine. So rather than that belly being pushed forward, we're drawing it back into the midline. If this is already a lot of sensation for you, I invite you just to stay here, breathe into the shoulders, the arms, whatever you're feeling. If you'd like to take it a little further to experience some more sensation, sit really tall. And then with that length in the spine, begin to lean forward with a flat back. The gaze can be down at the floor. The back of the neck is long. Breathe deeply. Become aware of any unconscious clenching or tension. And allow the breath to soften the body. If you're leaning forward, draw the navel toward the spine to sit tall again. And then we'll all slowly release the arms from behind the back. Again, roll the shoulders up and back a couple of times. And then forward. Great. Interlace the hands, yes, the hands, right? This is what we call it. Interlace your fingers. I guess that's more accurate. And then we're going to place the hands behind the crown of the head. So you can see here, I'm not on the neck and I'm not behind the head, but I'm more on the crown of the head here, a little further down than the top on the back of the crown. Sit tall again. Take a deep breath in. Maintain that length in the spine as you exhale. Gently relax the chin down toward the chest. Now in this pose, we are not pulling on the head at all. Simply allow the arms to relax, the elbows to fall towards the floor. And this weight of the arms is going to naturally draw the head down, creating more of a stretch through the neck and the upper back. Now, if this is too much for you for any reason, you can slowly remove the hands and just release the chin toward the chest. Let's take a few more deep breaths here. Again, notice any of that unconscious tension and clenching. Begin to soften it with your awareness. On your next inhalation, gently press your head into your hands. So you have a little counter pressure here to rise up. Release the hands and just be very still here. Sometimes we have the tendency to move a lot coming out of a pose, and I invite you to just be still and notice what's happening inside. The shoulders soften down. The muscles of the face soften and relax. Allow there to be that space between the teeth and the lips. And if the eyes are not already closed, I invite you to close the eyes now. Notice what's happening inside. What are you aware of after taking these few minutes to be present with your body and your breath? And if you feel like readjusting or moving the body a little as we settle into our meditation practice, feel free to find a comfortable position. I invite you to maintain this alertness in the body. If it's comfortable, maybe even sit with your back away from the support behind you so you can feel this aliveness through the spine. And then without changing the breath, begin to follow it with your awareness, feeling it move in and out of the body. And as if you had a flashlight, start to shine this light of your awareness in the body to notice how you're feeling right now. Just scanning different sensations without any judgment, without needing to readjust. Just notice how the body is feeling. We spend so much time in the mind or distracting ourselves. So what's happening in the body? Now let's take a deep breath in and out. Exhale through the mouth. And start to become aware of what's happening in the mind. As if you were watching your thoughts pass by without thinking that they are you. Start to witness the thoughts. You are like the infinite, brilliant blue sky, and thoughts are like the clouds. They're transparent, they dissipate, they're temporary. They are not who you are. So notice, without judgment, what is happening in the mind. Is the mind wandering into the future, worrying about something or wondering about what is going to happen or what you're going to eat for dinner or breakfast? Is it ruminating over something that's already happened, thinking about the past? No judgment, just start to notice the tendency of the mind. And then let's take another deep, full breath in and out as we shift the awareness to the emotions. I often say that our relationship to our emotions can feel like a pool of muddy water or numbness. We're usually living in one space or the other. We're not really aware of what it is that we're feeling. We spend so much time trying to distract ourselves from feeling discomfort, unawareness. So, without any judgment, because just like the thoughts, emotions are not who we are, they are an experience. No judgment. Start to become aware of what emotions are present. And as a reminder, emotions are things such as anger, sadness, disappointment. Even that is not necessarily an emotion, but anger, sadness, guilt, fear, joy. And if you're feeling numb or having a difficult time discerning your emotional experience, find a place in the body where there's a strong sensation. Maybe there's tension someplace or it feels heavy somewhere. And as you feel that place in the body, ask yourself, what is the emotion here? And maybe you notice, oh, this tightness in my throat feels like anger, or this headache that I've been having feels like grief. Just start to notice what is here without judgment. It's okay to feel, it's natural. And then let's take another deep, full breath in and out. As we bring our awareness back to the breath, let's exhale all of the air. And then through the nose, we'll breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then pause and gently hold the breath. Relax the shoulders. And then through the nose, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, pause. The body's relaxed. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and hold. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round like this, nice and slow, pausing at the top and the bottom of the breath. And then feel the breath naturally moving in and out of the body without any need to change it. Feel the sensation of the feet on the floor or underneath you. feel the sensation of the body enlivened. Maybe you feel the pulse, or again, these sensations of tingling or vibration. Maybe you are more aware of your own heart, breath, bones. And then let's gently place the palms on the heart center, or maybe even over the physical heart, whichever feels more nourishing right now. And let us bring to mind a person that we are grateful for as we close our practice. Someone that really lights your heart up to think of them. Bring them to mind now. And maybe even think about why you feel grateful for them. Maybe it's their smile, their laugh, the way they support you, their cooking, their courage, their humor. Just feel grateful towards them. And then one thought of gratitude towards our own self. And as you're ready, you can release the hands. Take a deep breath in and out as you open the eyes. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. What a nice way to wind down or maybe even start the day together. So thank you.
Yes, Selena, thank you so much for that practice. And welcome to everyone for joining us today. My name is Cody, and I'm here with Wellness Coach by Meditation Live. And I invite you to share any comments, questions that may have come up due to that practice. Selena has a wealth of knowledge and is very wise, so do feel free to tap into her insight. And
Yes.
while we wait for some questions to come in, I really like what you said about like our relationship with emotions and how it's like either a pool of muddy water or numbness. That's really interesting. I never thought about it in that way, but that really, I mean, it's so accurate and it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, or for some of us, we are very familiar with one emotional experience. So that's very clear to us. Let's say, for example, I experience anger often. And I'm so familiar with that I notice when I get angry, like, oh, I feel so angry. But if I feel sad, I don't even know what I'm feeling. Maybe I even think it's anger that I'm feeling. That's how unaware I am of other emotional experiences. And on a personal note, just a personal example, it's actually kind of the opposite of what I just said. So I guess the subconscious is already working for me here. But sadness is kind of my brain's go-to emotion. I felt it so many times in my life that it's very easy for my brain and personality to take me back into the emotional experience of sadness. And I thought I was pretty aware of feeling angry and at times, even though it's not an emotion that I've felt that often. And the short story is I started to become aware of the experience that I was having, which was actually feeling angry all of the time. I had no idea. I thought, here I am, relatively, peaceful human being. I feel sad. That's kind of my go-to emotion when emotions really get strong. But I noticed that I was feeling levels of frustration or anger or whatever it might be, sometimes on a daily basis, and I was totally unaware of it. So emotional intelligence and an emotional awareness is a very profound way to understand ourselves and really to create more of what we want in life, because emotions are the juice of creation, right? Everything in a sense is created out of the magic that emotion is. Even if it's an emotion that we deem as negative, right? So much can come out of that: transformation, growth, even very other very positive things. Yes. So I'd love to hear from you guys. What emotions are you aware of? What are you learning about yourself maybe in these days of quarantine? Are you seeing things in your emotions that you weren't before? I'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you for that, Selena. And we have a few comments coming so far. Barbara says, thank you. And she also says, I never realized how much tension locked in my upper torso.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And that's another reason I love this practice, because I was just speaking to emotions, but the reason that we do this practice in the way we do, breath, physical sensations, mind, emotions, is because we're usually not aware. And this is also what keeps us from having a present moment experience where we get to just feel the bliss of life. Truly, that's what the present moment is. There's no worry in the present moment. It doesn't mean that there aren't things the mind could think about, but when we are truly present, fully embodied in the moment, it is bliss. But it is our experiences and lack of awareness that are constantly taking us someplace else. So we practice becoming aware of the body. Wow, I had no idea that I was holding this here. I had no idea that I always hold tension in my jaw. Wow, I had no idea that my mind actually has a pattern of thinking that way every day, right? So on. That's
Yeah,
great.
very interesting. And it's always very like surprising. You're like, oh wow. Like it's like you learn something new about yourself. So
Yeah.
it's really amazing. And Parker left a comment here. And Parker says, just wanted to say thank you for giving your time here on Wellness Coach. I appreciate you and so grateful to have you guide. You're wonderful. I always feel so much better giving myself these few minutes. Thank you for sharing your time with us. You and your heart is beautiful.
Oh, I just got so tender, a little oxytocin release there. Thank you. It's truly my joy. We need each other. We are all so connected, and it is. This is. There's no. What do I want to say here without going down some deep philosophical road? When we serve, we often think about doing things for others as, doing something for somebody else. But we are always serving ourselves, whether we're serving others or actually serving our physicality or something in that way. We are all connected. We're all here together. So for me, on some level, I guess what I'm trying to express in my gratitude is that you are me and I am you. And it is the greatest honor that I have to be able to share the gifts and the teachings that my teachers have shared with me, so that we can uplift each other, so that we can remember who we are, so that we can live in greater awareness and fulfillment and joy in life. So thank you so much for your kind words.
Yes, thank you, Parker. And again, if anyone else has any comments or questions, do feel free to drop those in the Q&A box or the chat box, or even raise your hand and I can unmute your mic. And just a reminder to everyone for joining us today, we have a live workout this Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time with Olympic gold medalist Lindsey Vaughn. And you can sign up on the app for that. So do definitely check that out.
Yes, and just on that tip, I have been loving, we have so many new fitness sessions. I love all of our sessions. I mean, I get to listen to them quite often. So we have our meditations, and then we have the fantastic panels where we're covering so much supportive, helpful information in this time. And now we have all of these awesome fitness classes. And I know for many people, they don't feel really inspired to work out, or it kind of feels like pulling teeth, right? That dragging feeling to get yourself to do something. But these are like 10, 20-minute workouts. Maybe they're all 20, but they're totally manageable time-wise. And the fact that we have Lindsey Vaughn leading a live fitness class is pretty incredible. So I really hope you join us. Tell your friends, hop on. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, truly amazing. And you can even do some of the workouts from your chair, like just like the yoga class. So they're accessible to all levels. All right, Selena, as always, thank you so much for leading us through that practice. And I'll hand it back over to you.
Thanks, Cody. Thank you all so much. May we remember, right? Maybe we remember as we move through life, especially in these high stress times, that just taking 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes can create a completely new experience of life inside. If we take time to be still, to breathe, to feel, to become more aware, this can transform our entire life experience and just make everything a little easier and more enjoyable. So, if there's one thing that I really invite for all of us in this week ahead, I invite you to take time each day, whether it's once an hour or once a day. Take 1 minute, take 5 minutes to just be still. Turn your phone off, close your eyes. Of course, unless you're doing a meditation on the app. But even aside from the meditations, I invite you to just be still. Just be still and be with your breath. Be with your emotional and mental experiences. And just come back home to you, to center. All my love. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste.